What if I told you a single sentence could break logic itself? Imagine someone looks you straight in the eye and says, "I am lying." Now pause. Think about what that really means. If they're telling the truth, then they're lying, just like they said. But if they're lying, then they must be telling the truth. It loops endlessly. This is the liar paradox. At first glance, it feels like a clever riddle, but it's far more than a trick of language. This paradox has haunted philosophers, logicians, and even computer scientists for over 2,000 years. It challenges our most basic understanding of truth. The origins go back to ancient Greece. The earliest version is attributed to Epimenides, a Cretan philosopher who famously said, "All Cretans are liars." If that's true, and Epimenides is a Cretan, then he's lying. But if he's lying, then not all Cretans are liars, which would make his statement false, which makes it true, which makes it false. The loop begins again. This is not just a word game. The liar paradox exposes something deeply unsettling about language and self-reference. When a sentence refers to itself, like "this statement is false," it creates a logical black hole. It doesn't neatly fit into true or false. It lives in a gray zone outside the rules we take for granted. In formal logic, every statement is supposed to be either true or false. That's called the law of the excluded middle. But the liar paradox violates this law, and that's why it's so disturbing. You can't just label it and move on. If it's true, it's false. If it's false, it's true. No matter how you twist it, logic starts to fracture. Philosophers have tried to solve it for centuries. Some proposed that such self-referential sentences are simply meaningless, linguistic garbage. Others suggested we need more than two truth values, maybe a third option, like undefined or paradoxical. But each attempt to box it in leads to new complications. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Modern logic tried again in the 20th century. Alfred Tarski developed a theory of truth that separates language into levels. A statement about truth, he argued, must belong to a different level than the statement it refers to. That way, a sentence can't talk about itself. It sounds promising, but it also means we lose the ability to speak freely about truth in everyday language. The implications go beyond philosophy. In mathematics, self-reference shows up in Gödel's incompleteness theorems, where he used a version of the liar paradox to prove that no consistent system can prove all truths about itself. In computer science, the same issue appears in programs that try to analyze their own behavior, leading to paradoxes like the halting problem. So why does this matter to you? Because the liar paradox isn't just about language. It's about the limits of certainty, the limits of truth. It's a crack in the foundation of reason itself. And once you see that crack, you start to notice it.